It is interesting to note that back in the 1930s, when Superman was first created, Superman did not grow up in Smallville. Superman crashed in an open field somewhere, and a passing motorist, and they don't say exactly who, there wasn't any names mentioned, stopped and opened up the little spaceship and found the little man of steel, little boy of steel, little baby of steel, and took this little alien from another planet to an orphanage where he grew up in the orphanage, and I'm sure that it was in the orphanage where they gave him the name Clark Kent. Another really interesting thing to note is the fact that right up until, well, it was right around the time of World War II, when they decided that they were going to very slowly introduce the power of flight to the superhero comic book character Superman. Before that, Superman actually could not fly. Superman could leap tall buildings in a single bound. In other words, he was so strong that he could jump so high that he could just about, well, actually, I think he was able to leap over the Empire State Building, which at the time was the highest building in the world back in the 1930s. The same building that King Kong, which, in the original movie King Kong, had King Kong climbing to the top of the Empire State Building and fighting the planes that were shooting at him up there. And Superman could leap that high in the air. And not only that, but back then Superman's cape was a lot shorter, and it was short enough for him to use it. It was like maybe a half circle cape, and he would actually bring it out kind of like wings that he held with his hands to help him glide down from a leap in the air, a really, really, really super high leap in the air. Anyway, I thought that it would be really nice to bring out those interesting trivias about Superman, the Man of Steel.
Up in the sky! Look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman!
In the endless reaches of the universe, there once existed a planet known as Krypton, a planet that burned like a green star in the distant heavens. Their civilization was far advanced and had brought forth a race of supermen whose mental and physical powers were developed to the absolute peak of human perfection. But there came a day when giant quakes threatened to destroy Krypton forever. One of the planet's leading scientists, sensing the approach of doom, placed his infant son in a small rocket ship and sent it hurtling in the direction of the Earth just as Krypton exploded. The rocket ship sped through star-studded space, landing safely on Earth with its precious burden, Krypton's sole survivor. A passing motorist found the uninjured child and took it to an orphanage. As the years went by and the child grew to maturity, he found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. The infant of Krypton is now the Man of Steel, Superman. To best be in a position to use his amazing powers in a never-ending battle for truth and justice, Superman has assumed the disguise of Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
Kent, I want to see you. Just received another threatening note.
Okay, Mr. White.
Lois, another note from the mad scientist.
Coming in, Chief.
Now listen to this warning. He plans to strike tonight. Beware, you fools. My electrothanasia ray strikes tonight at 12. Total destruction will come to those who laughed at me and failed to heed my warnings. Beware, I strike at midnight. This nut may prove dangerous. Kent, you help Lois follow up her lead. She may have an angle on this thing.
Yes, sir.
But, Chief, I'd like the chance to crack the story on my own.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Chief.
But, Lois... Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
For the...
So, you want a story? I'll give you the greatest story of destruction the world has ever known. Is that for a story, Miss Lane?
threat, the mad scientist, whose warnings have held the city in a grip of terror, went on his rampage of destruction on the stroke of midnight. The deadly impact of his mysterious ray smashed the famous Tower Bridge, hurling cars and pedestrians into the river below. The police have warned everyone to remain in their homes.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Congratulations, Lois. That was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief. Thanks to Superman.